Hey everybody, and welcome to this next tutorial. In this tutorial, we're going to build on our past knowledge of video editing and look into the OG app of video editing that is Adobe Premiere Pro. Our goal is to recreate a cinematic sequence exactly as I do in the video walkthrough, and I will give you all of the assets to do so. So let's go ahead and get started. For many of you, this is the first time opening Adobe Premiere Pro, and I get it. It can be really intimidating to open a new software. Our goal today is to really look at this from a standpoint of getting in and getting out, and we're going to learn all of the different basics that you need to be successful in your video editing journey. So to get started, you're going to be greeted with this main screen. Here, we can create a project a few different ways. But before I do that, I do want to point out the Learn tab. For those of you really interested in Premiere Pro and everything that it can do, maybe video editing is something you want to do in your professional careers, the Learn tab is a great place to start. There's hands-on tutorials in which it will open up tutorials within the app itself and guide you through step-by-step how to do some of the most basic to most advanced video editing aspects that you might have seen. So I'm going to start on the Home tab though, and here we're going to create a new project. So I'm going to go to the New Project button here in the top left and left click. This is where I set my project to go to. So in this case, I want to call this one Premiere Pro Start. And I'm going to check the location, and I'm going to just choose a location which I can find it. In my case, I've created a nice little folder on my desktop called Premiere Pro Follow Along that has all of my assets in it. I want to make sure all of my files go to this folder. Now, Premiere Pro is file dependent, meaning if you have a specific folder with video footage in it and you are halfway through your video edit and you move that footage, it's going to unlink it and cause things to break. So you want to keep everything in the same spot as you create your video. At this stage, I just hit the Create button. It's going to bring me to my next screen, which is the Import screen. Personally, I do not touch a thing on this screen. I don't need it. I may uncheck the little reminder elements. I'm actually going to hit the Skip button. But what this is in general is just a place for you to navigate, select your footage ahead of time, maybe set up some of the different timelines and editing methods that you want to use. For a beginner, I wouldn't recommend clicking on this just yet. So we're going to hit Skip with our left mouse button. That's going to bring us to the Edit tab here at the top. And look, you can go back to Export if you want to, or that home page. But the Edit tab here is going to give us our workspace. A workspace is essentially a series of panels or windows, all of which, just like most Adobe programs, you can left click in between and you can stretch them and drag them and arrange them. And these are going to be where all of our elements are included. Now, as a rule of thumb, I always reset my workspace. And as you are following along with me today and I'm asking you to recreate what I create, I'd love you to go to the Window, Workspaces, and look for the word as, let's go to Window, Workspaces, and I want you to look at all of the different workspaces that you can have. For us, we're going to stay in the Essentials workspace. So go ahead and left click Essentials. And if this workspace doesn't look the same, you can always reset that saved layout and it's going to snap all of the same windows I have and your screen is going to look the same as well. I am using Adobe Premiere Pro 2025. So if you've updated recently or maybe you're using a different version, yours may look slightly different. Now, I can also access workspaces here in the top right of my screen. You can see I have all of those workspaces as well as the reset button ready to go. Now that we have our project set up, we want to look at importing some footage. So looking at all my panels, the first panel I want to kind of focus on is the project panel. The project panel is basically the panel where we store all of our different audio, video, and graphic assets. So to import, you can do a few different things. We could go to File, Import to pull in images. We could drag and drop images or video or audio clips from our computer, or we can even just hit the Import Media button that will open up our screen. Now, the great part about this is it already knew the folder we were going to, and that is why we wanted to set that folder when we created our project. It just makes things a lot easier. So here I have a V1 assets folder. I can double click and you're gonna see I have 2 folders within them, audio and video footage. I'm gonna just select both folders, audio and video, and hit import. Now what that's gonna do is pull those folders into the project window. In Premiere Pro, we call folders bins, B-I-N-S. These bins are essentially little drawers or drop-down folders of all of our content. Now, right now, they're giant folders, and if you double click, you're gonna notice you see all of the information in them. A lot of people get stuck here because they can't go backwards. So for us, I'm gonna use this little folder with the up arrow and left click to go backwards, but I'm going to arrange my bins in a little more clear of a manner. We're going to go ahead and click the list view here, and that will open up a little easier way to open up the drawers and see all of our footage. So there you have it. We have all of the footage ready to go, and I can stretch out the panel. You can see all of the information that gives me all of the different starting points and ending points, all of the amazing things we need, all of the different types of soundtrack, even the narration clips that we have. So at this stage in the lesson, I want everybody to take a second, set up your Premiere file, get these 2 folders or these bins into your project panel, and I will see you in the next lesson where we start putting together our timeline.